it moving forward. Let's see. I don't know if this is gonna be for Cancer. We'll check it out right now. But I got these cards as I was getting in here and relaxing. I've got this one that came out. Look, the smiling. So it says right here, they have plans, and it's anything but innocent. But whoever you are right now, if this is you, let me see. Is this you guys? Who's in the house right now? Because look, you got this energy, like somebody wants to come towards you. But when they see you, whew, you're gonna realize that there's jealousy behind it. Look at this. Jealousy. And you're gonna be right. Like you're right. You're gonna be able to see through this person. So you're not gonna allow them to affect you the way before. Like before, they could have pissed you off. This is a person coming from your past. Cancer. If this is Cancer, this is somebody from your past, but you're too focused and you're gonna hit it right on the bullseye with this person. Like whoever's in the room, whoever you were, the first one, this you have this energy, like, yeah, I know where they're coming from. And you're gonna play it off. You're gonna play it off. You're gonna be, you know what? I'm gonna see. It's like God, the divine is testing you guys. Are you gonna pass the test? Are you gonna be in your feelings? Because maybe before you had somebody that would walk in into back into your life, for example, and you didn't really think maybe you wanted to brush that red flag underneath the rug, but they were truthfully, look, they were like this, jealous. Maybe you thought they were a little ambitious, but ambitious for what? They were competing secretly behind you, behind your back, and you didn't want to believe it. I don't know if I got this turned on. Reina, you were the first one. Renata. Okay. So yeah. And look, and then this card, I was messing with these cards right here. And this one said, I recognize the potential between us, but I also harbor some uncertainties. So this could be this person that wants to come back. And then this one, look, Earthbender. So your 1-7 is what? Capricorn. And look at the strength. Look at the strength that you got. And you're happy, like, bitch, come towards me, man or woman. And you're like, and this person, if you don't take them back, they're gonna be in their feelings. So you gotta really look at it. How do you want to deal with it? And for some of you guys, you don't have pelos en la lengua. You know what that means? Bye. My dad was a Cancer. He was probably in the devil's side. And look, and then these cards right here, I wasn't even gonna bring these cards. But for a lot of you guys, it says, you keep getting up. And that scares me. So whoever was throwing witchcraft at you, Cancer, like they could have been throwing some major death spells y que no se le pare el pito or something like that. And you just keep, if you're a male watching, you're like stronger than a mother. You're like, yeah, you can't keep this bull down. So you could have some Taurus in you, nice and steady. You pound it. And for my ladies, if there was a man that was doing that, like you're shaking that shit off. Look, you're like, they try to bury you and you're still shaking that shit off, And you could be targeted. You're like, why? There's a reason. There's a person, look, with their skull, they're angry behind the scene, behind their facade, their face and everything. hmm Proceed with caution and this could be somebody from your past life. But Cancer, if you've been through it with this person, I'm a Capricorn, so this could be your 1-7. I know I took off my wig. It took me a little while. Pinchy glue. Do you guys see any glue in here? Because if I drop the top, that bitch will fly off. So, you know, people could be looking at you or the person that is doing, and you don't even know. You're conscious. If you meditate and hug a tree, even if it looks crazy in the neighborhood, hug the tree and you meditate. The first person that pops up, you could be sensing like their smell and you could be like, oh, that person, and then she's keep your ojo open to that person because they're like, oh my god, how have you been doing? You look fantastic. Can I borrow your restroom? Don't let them in yours. There's something, they take your creams or something. I don't know. But for a lot of you guys, this could be a sibling. This could be like your sister. And you would never think that she would do some things like that. But she secretly is jealous of you. Why do you keep getting up, sis? This like in her dreams. She's like, why do you keep getting up? And she sees that you're stepping into this new relationship because this came out. Look, and it's a soul contract, you know. She could have ruined secretly your other relationship. And you know what? You're like, that's my sister. I love her still because you have a kind heart. It could be you. Look, and you would never think that. But you're about to find a match, or you have already, but you're keeping it asira. Are you dating anybody? No. And there's somebody in chinga. They want to find out what are you doing. Look, they're hustling, but we're not looking at that. I'm just into what I'm picking up from you guys. There's somebody that's watching. They secretly tell you, I'm happy for you, sis. Primo, prima. If it's a parent, but I doubt it. This is more like a sibling or a friend or something, and they're pissed. Why do you always get the good ones, sis? Secretly, behind your back, and they try on your clothes when you're not there, and some of them could be missing. And then you have high-end clothes, olvídate, you know? And for a lot of you guys, you could be stepping back and letting go of the outcome with this, even right now that I'm picking up. It's like you don't even care if the person comes back or not. And this is what's pissing them off. It's not working. That love spell, come back to me. And if it's a guy that, you're a woman listening, this fucker is jerking off like motherfucker and moon cycles and everything. Whatever he's picking up on YouTube, how do I love magic and all that? Hasta el pinche hundido se pica el puto. But look, you know, you let go of the outcome and you broke that soul contract like nothing. Like you could picture this bubble, talk to God or your angels and you picture this bubble and you cut the cords, even if you gotta get the pinche chainsaw, like you call the spirit of the Texas Chain Massacre. Orale puto, I need you over here. And you fucking get to work on this cord. And they're no longer feeling you. You let go of the outcome. And for a lot of you guys, something about music, you could love music. It picks you up. You could do yoga. You could do aerobics. You could love making love to music slowly. And this person knows it. This person knows it. And if it's a sibling, they try the same thing and it doesn't work with their person and they're pissed. For example, if behind your back, if you're gonna find out later, I shouldn't say it, but you might find out that your sister, or it could be a brother, but a sibling, let's say sibling, keep it simple. Maybe they took your person and they had a little revenge. And for some of you guys, you don't care. You're on your soul, like on your journey, spiritual journey, that you're like, man, I let go. And they could try doing the same things that you did with the music and candles and, thrusting and breathing, whatever. But you're fucking hitting it. And it doesn't work with them. They're not you. hmm And see, for a lot of you guys, if you met somebody online, they're like, can I come over? But you thinking twice, you're like, fuck that. You kind of getting the idea that somebody's jealous and you don't want nobody to know. Or this could be you. You know what? I'd rather come over to your place. Be careful with the GPS because some of you guys have like a sibling that is no manches. They wish they could be in your skin. Get me a taco, bro. I'm fixing to go get them. Ya mero están las carnitas. Hector, what's up, too? Yeah, look. And laughter heals the heart. So for a lot of you guys, you can laugh at your past and that pisses them off, bro. Like it pisses them off. Like you could be a male and you're like, they took your chick and you're like, man, you don't even know la pinche chinga. It was hard for me to get them off. So you broke a generational curse, a spell, like major, and that's what I'm picking up. So somebody is like this. If this is your brother, they're like, fuck, nothing pisses this dude off. And you're like, no, and you could have fucking I don't know what I'm picking up. Like you could be up right now and you got the good one and he wants to trade the bag with you. Fuck, man. You always get the good OG and everything. Or, pinche Pascualin, and you're fucking jamming out, they don't know it. How you laugh and you still smashing. Maybe your brother, he can't handle that shit. No se le para o algo. But for my ladies, you just have somebody that's coming in, and both of you guys look. You guys are looking at each other. You could be in el pinche palenque en chinga, tas, tas, dancing and quebradita like a motherfucker. That's what I heard. So that's kind of what I was picking up before I was getting, taking my little break. Just got home from dancing. Are you about to smash it? Are we interrupting? Are you ready? Did you meet somebody good new? Because look what it says right here. You have hearts. I know it says love bombing, but look, and for some of you guys, you're like, fuck, I'm ready to go. If you went out dancing and your person, like if you posted, that motherfucker's like this. Fuck, I'm gonna have to fucking handle Manuela because you're gone. His curse could be, puro pinche Manuela, and he's like, fuck, you know, and you're all in love and like, fuck, you're ready to go. Like you're bouncing back, Cancer. Maybe in the past, this person, they thought that you were gonna be waiting forever. Oh no, Cancer, Cancer's gonna come back, and time had went by, and maybe you were like being quiet. 3:44 on the clock, so you know, check that angel number. Hello, welcome in. Is that true? Is that happening to you? Like, who are you? The one with the wake up call? Like, holy shit! But somebody's mad. But they weren't mad when they were in cuffing season. When they were right there, I got me one, and you're like, you're holding back. You're doing the inner work. That's what I was hearing. I bet let's check this deck over here. So let me put these over here. This is gonna be for Cancer, Sun, Moon, anywhere in your chart. They said, I can't help but be interested in everything you do. I'm telling you, this is gonna match. Look, you got a new soul contract coming in, and it's gonna be a match, big time. And you're gonna have somebody like this that's looking and watching. And that, like I said, that could be a sibling. Like, why do you always get, the good one? For some of you guys, you could have had somebody, a sibling or a friend that told you, man, you should get on a one of these little dating sites. And like you find your match and your sister's pissed. How the fuck? Como? Why? Look, they're heartbroken. And look, the Four of Pentacles. This is somebody, they just thought that you were never gonna find somebody stuck up and everything. Look, hi, and that could be your mom. You're never gonna find nobody. Nobody's gonna like you with those big nalgas. And you might have a kid or two, and you're like, fuck that. And you could have went, you could have been heartbroken because the least persons you expect, right? Like, what the hell? Came in just in time. I am a Cancer. Rewind it a little bit, you're gonna watch. But you got something coming, and it's like you're running. Where's it at? Did I put it back? If it comes out, it comes out. Look, you call judgment. This is when you leave it to God, okay? You gave it to God, and look, if you had people that were exposing you, man, oh man, and you just kept quiet, look what God is gonna expose. Because they had left you out here. Look, they were laughing when you were out here by yourself in the water. You weren't scared. You're like, fuck. And they were like, se lo va a comer el tiburón or whatever. And you were by yourself in your emotions. And then you find out, like, oh, okay. So if they did you dirty, they spread rumors, and you just let God handle that. And they're going to be exposed. Look, like there's people that can't handle certain things like guilt and shame. For some people, olvídate. And if you are a little bit of insecure, like with that, my advice is to embrace it. It is the past. But what this tells me right here, that whoever tries to shame you, they have worse shit, and they are insecure, and you know about those. but you don't even have to expose them. For some of you guys, just by you telling your testimony, they're gonna be fucking wishing they never hurt you, because part of your walk with God is having to, give God the glory. Ni modo, right? Son of a gun. Let's see. The whole group, right? Like, yo, like the whole group. It took the whole group, and then más triste when it's your whole family. Like, yo, you carried me in your belly, ma. What's up? And you love your parents. It's guys. The reason that I had a hard time sharing this is there's so many of us that go through this, and there's people that have expired themselves because if who expects to get hurt by the ones you love? It's bad enough maybe you experienced it when you were young, and then they never stood up for you if something happened, and then you a couple of times, and then you're an adult and you're like, what, still with that bullshit? And it's all because you heal. Like, you have this magical, like, even though you're the devil, you can go into your devilish sides, and it's fucking like, you know for some of you guys it's like this. You've healed even that part. Like, yo, you're free. I'm just hearing, like, why does everything come to you so easily and effortlessly? And Cancer, if you've done bad things, like, you always ask God, can I do this? Am I gonna get in trouble? Or how do I do it? And God is the one that has the last say so. For a lot of you guys, you didn't do it to hurt intentionally. Like, okay, I'm gonna just take a couple of breaks, to up north. That wasn't hurting nobody. For some of you guys. But look, because you've healed, and for a lot of you guys, look, you love to travel. You go to islands. For a lot of you guys, you took somebody, you made them experience. Like, every time somebody comes, with you, or you're with a certain, like a lover, or even a friend, you're like, yo, let's go here and there. And then they think they own you, because once they do you wrong, like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like once you give them a little love, Cancer, the devil part of your energy, when somebody's taking advantage of you, this is what I'm picking up. It's almost like they feel they control you, and it's them, but it's you that light them up. Look, it's you that brings that sun out. And look, they want to tie you up. Like, fuck, wait, hey, wait. No, that was your energy. And before, you used to be like crying and holding back, and with the sun right here, look. And that's because you embrace your darkness. Look, you hold on to the line in the middle of the night. Maybe that's why I'm doing it right now. You have the strength to embrace your darkness. This is your Capricorn energy. You're like, fuck it. I'm not afraid of it. This lion came for you as a demon. You're like, bitch, te voy a coger, man or woman. And you're like, fuck that. And the demon's trying to get away from you. You're like, no, 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 no. Get your ass back here. I'm not done with you. Look, they wanted to play games with you. For some of you guys, they were trying to, oh, I got money like this and that. Calmate, cabrón. And look, now they're trying to run away from you. They can't handle it. Thank you for the 5. Thank you for the, wait, hold on. Thank you for the 5. Rich, I'm sorry, I can't spell. Ando bien borracho, I can barely see, but thank you so much. And I'm channeling right now, guys. So they try to play games. They were trying to play, como dicen, they try to play checkers, and you were playing fucking some kind of weird ass chess. But look, the demon's running away, and you're like, no, no, hold on. I'm not done with you. It could have been somebody that was flashing money. And you're like, oh, you're going to impress me? That's all. And they couldn't handle it. No. For some of you guys, you have them in this position, or your ancestors do. No, no, no. You try to mess around with Cancer. Yeah. So I feel that this is somebody new. You have a new, and you're being asked to keep it quiet. What's going on, Mr. Robert? Yes, is that you? You got them like, wait a minute, ¿dónde vas, pinche succubus? Like this, they could have sent you a succubus, or La Llorona, and that bitch is crying. She's like, oh my God, I gotta get away. And she's crying to the devil, saying, hey, this one is a real one. Yeah, I'm telling you. Robert, you tearing them up. Gold South Senior. Oh my God, the Red Sea. Robert, you look. You have your shit on point. And for some of you, for Robert, you could be looking at your records like, where's this shit going? If this is your family, like you don't even you know your numbers. Man, you're a Cancer. You know how to hold it down, and sometimes you stay quiet. But I feel that if you have a sibling that is trying to take advantage of you, it's like you had enough. Like, yo, I know we're blood, pero fuck that. You could be like, fuck that. If this is a lover, no matter how much you've been, it's like, wait a minute. I'd rather be by myself, man or woman at this point. But if Robert, this is you, you look, I got money left over. Fuck that. Almost let me get a divorce because look. And you rather be by yourself. Look, the cat and the dog, you're balanced. And if what you see, you're gonna go get. If you might be a little bit, if this person or your family took advantage of you, you might be a little bit um you feel like a setback. But when you get aligned with the divine, you're gonna move different. And plus, when you sacrifice, you do it for God, man, you're gonna move different. You're gonna be protected. And while they think they're getting ahead, you're gonna fucking advance. And they're gonna be pissed. Look, they're gonna be like, oh my God, we couldn't stop Cancer. Fuck no, look, this one flew out. This is the Six of Pentacles. Look, you're gonna move towards a new direction, or you're gonna leave your person, man or woman, it could be, but look, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna be fair. Fuck that. Vámonos. Look what for a lot of you guys, like I said earlier, the Nine of Cups. This is what you have coming. And you're like, man, I'd rather be with somebody that wants to be with me, that doesn't want me or doesn't need me, that wants me. And all you got to do is just let go. That could be somebody from the past. Look, with the Queen of Cups, you spend a lot of nights, Cancer, man or woman. If you're a man and you show your emotions and you really were vulnerable with a woman or your ex or something, and they laughed, oh, they're gonna regret it. Even for my women, look at all the tears you cried. Fuck, look, with the Eight of Wands, there's gonna be communication. Look, you're gonna come home early, and you're gonna find out. Look, that the persons that your person was with, they were taking from you. It could be even your own family. They're trying to sneak. Let's hide this from Cancer. They think that you're in this energy, but for a lot of you Cancers, I'm telling you, if you stay um, obedient to God, just pretend like just embody this energy. You're not taking from me. You're taking from God. You might have already told them, and they think that you're just blind, but in reality, you're the magician. Look, you can transform, and when you get into who you are, man or woman, like yo, nobody's gonna play you. You will allow them to play themselves, is what I just heard. Hmm. See, this could be a sibling. This Page of Pentacles in the past, and I see that as whatever they were doing to mix it in your drink, whether it was witchcraft, but it was like a manipulation. Somebody wanted you in this energy, and then they see Cancer like this. You're in the Virgo energy. You're like, you know what? I know that God is gonna handle everything. So you're not gonna sit there and be in a dungeon. Maybe that's the impression you might give out, to people around because they haven't seen you. And you might be in hermit mode like this. Oh, checking out your emotions, barefooted, you're grounded. And people could think, even your family, they think that you're right there. So I always tell people, like, when you're in stagnation in that energy or that phase, yo, do something. Do something that is going to help you heal who you are. You get into this energy. And then when they come around, just act like, I can't believe you guys are hurting me. Hmm. With this moon right here, this is you, Cancer. Like, you see these two people? like you're just kind of like looking within yourself, you know, and you still have somebody like they want to gather this whole freaking town, and you're just doing you. Like, yo, I'm just doing me, but the full moon, this is you. And look at all these people, and they want to attack you. You haven't shown this part. This is what I just heard. You haven't shown this part. You've been keeping it wraps. And the truth is that you're gonna find out, Cancer, is because you're choosing to walk away. If this was man or woman, if you were in a relationship or a marriage, like there was no compromise. There wasn't really love. They didn't want to move the way you wanted to move. If you had a business, like you could have been telling them, like, yo, we got to do inventory. Like you knew your shit. And you had a stubborn person. They already had made plans with somebody else. But you walking away, you're gonna step into this Ten of Pentacles. If you look at this Ten of Pentacles, the thing that I found that I just kind of going off my intuition is they your family, if you're kind of thinking about it, they feel that they want you to think that if you walk away, you're not gonna have nothing. See, the Ten of Pentacles is empty, like they're gonna take from you. And this is why they've been doing spell work. So that way you could, have this tower moment where it breaks your whole empire. But in reality, they're gonna hurt themselves. Yes, your sister. They're gonna if they make something in your drink, look, this is I'm telling you, for a lot of you guys, Cancer, people might not believe that you've overcame so much demonic energies. And whoever tries to poison you or tries to take advantage of you, the same demons that they might conjure when they go to you, they're like, oh my God, that's Cancer, what's going down? Let's pretend that I'm gonna hurt you. But in reality, anybody's coming, the same demon that's MIA that they sent to you that now works for you. Look, no, 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 it's about time that you get caught, and they're straight to hell. And look, with this Two of Pentacles, you're coming out and people are tripping out because you guys have somebody that could have been telling people that you were in the, what is it? Those cuckoo houses, that you could have died. And they're expecting with all this witchcraft they're doing, look, and with they could have been hiring people. Yo, if you go after, you see the knives? I'll pay so much for cancer, blah, blah, blah. Cancer death. And they're realizing that they can't do that. Look, they're realizing everybody that comes against you, ooh, they're see that grandfather. It could be a grandfather that's watching over you. It could be a father or grandfather. But you're about to pop out. And look, if it's in love, like some of you guys, you're gonna find out this brother. Look, there's a brother, or this could be a brother. It's a male. They said that was trying to plot on you. They dug a ditch or however they say it, a pit for you to fall in. But all jealousy because look, marriage. For some of you guys, that could even be an ex. They don't want you to be with somebody else. But I'm picking up like a brother. It could be like a brother that if you were left an inheritance, you would be taking over, of the whole pinche empire. And this brother's like probably never worked, never. The only time he got his boots dirty is to come against you. And then look at the evidence. Está tan pendejo, he still has the evidence right there. He's probably all fucked up. They'll never catch me. And then the video camera's catching him. Pendejo. This is a high priestess. This is if this is you could have that Pisces within you, but I'm picking up on a Cancer. I'm not gonna lie. Cancer, you know the darkness. It doesn't scare you. Look, 69, baby. That's your sign. Hit the likes, guys. Get the likes up. But look, it doesn't scare you. This is your energy, man. I would hit the like button. Hit it. Because you're coming into this energy that even if it's darkness, like you are the moon. So in the dark, Like you're like, yo, I know this shit. It's not supposed to scare me. Maybe at one point it did, but and then with this owl, like you have wisdom. Like you can meditate. I love to be out here. Sometimes there's an owl that sits over here and it'll be whoo whoo, and it's telling me some things, with the high what is it? The higher font. Look at this. Telling you that's like God. That's you just awakening. They try to throw you in here, but they're gonna be scared because you're alive. Like there's people that'll I run into, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, Infinite! I thought you were on the other side." I am. You're the one that's not on on the right side, and they trip out because yeah, they cause with this home right here, there was a for some of you guys like a fire sign that did the most to take your stuff. They could have wanted to cause you, to die or to like to take your life insurance, something like that. They wanted to tear you down from your foundation, your core, yourself, and they thought they got away with the evidence. Maybe they burned, but this could be male or female, or if it's a sister, it's almost like they could have hired somebody to come and burn everything down. See, you could be the younger sister, and they left you everything. See the paperwork right here. And for some of you guys, like if you are the younger sister, the oldest one wanted to take what do they do? I'm picking up something about where they have like a power of attorney. Oh, she can't do nothing. She's too young, and I could take care of her, but they want your money. Hmm. And if this is a brother, pues the same thing. They want to come in there, and it's like they're fighting for an inheritance. Maybe this emperor left behind, and look what happened. So some of you guys, they're gonna be found out because you have somebody. If this was a grandfather, this was a father, he left different paperwork. Look, they knew what was gonna happen. Even if it was a mother figure, like no, it belongs to. Look, they don't want me to show it. It belongs to Mija right here. And then you have all this paperwork, and it's almost look. You have the ace and the pentacles here, and you have this. The six of wands, like you're meant to have love and money, but yo, you could have this mother. Look, this says death. You could have a mother figure that's like mad, like, and it's not even your fault. Hmm. In Mexico, I got this. It's like the Catherine. This is a ghost, like that lures women or something. In Mexico, they have that, and somebody's having a dream. They're like, "Fuck, we made the deal with the devil." And this person, if they're not dead yet, they're feeling it. But I see like if you have a mother figure, she could be mad at you, and it's like, why? They want if this is your mom and you have a sister, like a sister, no, it's this one. She's the best. She's the one that Catherine should marry, and they kind of hide you, and that's weird, right? But I man, the shit it happens. Look at with Ezel and Jacob or something, but no matter what, this person is having issues. Like if this is a detective, they're fucking shitting bricks. And you might have told them, like, yo, like maybe money doesn't matter to you. You know what you're meant to do. And this could be happening with you, Cancer, and it happening with your person that you're gonna have this soul contract. Like two people, look, it's a match. And maybe you know each other. Maybe that's why they were mad. Because if you married a different person, everything goes to hell. They don't have advantage of your whatever inheritance you have. So they could have been plotting against you. And it's sad. Look, see, we're gonna get this person drunk. They could have put some pills. Let me get them out, and they're all plotting how. Mhm. With this options, look, they don't want you. They don't want you to marry somebody. These two cards are back to back, and this could be somebody that you love, like complete Cancer. Is that you? Bank of China. I know that. But look, the Hierophant, and this could be like you have Egyptian blood. You guys could, and it could be also that there's you could have the same nationality, but your soul is two different nationalities, like in the soul, like a past life. And maybe you don't look like I could picture you could be a woman and you could look like Cleopatra or something like that, and then the male could, be ugly as fuck, but you still love him. Pinche momia, he could be from Guanajuato, Mexico or something, but he has a big ass, you know what, and it's just perfect for you. You have a lot of love, and you know what, both of you guys create. Even if people think it's dark, like y'all could be like Bonnie and Clyde, Bonnie and Clyde in a different version. But there's an angel. You're meant to be together. Look, you're meant to create a baby. Both of you guys could have a lot of 12 or 8 house, like, you're like, bitch, you're mine and I'm yours. Ready to rob the bank? Yes. Orale, vámonos. Something like that. For some of you guys, not all of you guys, but you guys are in this energy and you're going to make your dreams come true. This keeps coming out. These people that are trying to stop it, and for a lot of them, they're trying to take your options, your ability to have options. They're keeping. This reminds me, like, for example, I'm gonna give you an example. I have things that I bought my father, like expensive things, and I purchased them. And then you have a mother figure like, no, I can't give it to you into the right time, until you do this. And you're like, you know what? Keep that shit. And it's just manipulation. And you wouldn't expect that from somebody that carried you. Like, whoa, what the fuck is that? I mean, it could be a parental figure, like, yo, you gotta work for me and you can't leave the fucking taco stands, Can you make another one over there? And you're like, fuck, and would you let me free after that? So you could be in that position where you're creating, you know, business or whatever, and it's like a contract. They want to get you in the contract, like, yo, just another year, mijo, help us out in this. And in reality, they just want to, because they want the wealth that you possibly create out of love to benefit your siblings. They ain't even trying to help. They're trying to cut you out. That could be it. Look, you're the only one working right there. And they want to come with a little song, come on, help us out. And you're like, dude, I'm fucking retired. You took everything, you spend it all. Oh my, these people, they can't do it. So that all these people, they'll send somebody, come on, with the violin of the sad story they're going through since you left, or you will be leaving. hmm Yeah, look, the three of wands. They're trying to catch up to you, because you're comfortable and moving on, even if it looks all stormy. You don't know where it's going, and here they come in chinga, and they're scared. They don't even know how to navigate. They want to ride your coattail, is what I heard. Yet they want to put people. Best the lights turn off. They want the lights to be turned out on you, and it's crazy. You know it because they want you dead. They want you here. They want you to be in one place. You're not going to get up because they harvest your energy. Look, look with this upside down. Which one is it? This is the Chariot. They don't want you to move. It's upside down. The Queen of Swords. You see? That's sexy, man. You're with the black hair long, and you're like truth. You can speak truth, but they don't want you to move or nothing, because if you speak out, olvídate, they're gonna find out. And I'm telling you, if they sent you demons, they're pissed. They're like, why didn't you tell us? It was fucking cancer, infinite, whatever. And they're running after them and they're scared. A lot of people, they don't realize what you've been through. Cancer is what I'm picking up. Like the demonic, as a little kid, you might have seen these things. And the demonic, realm was it was so shocked. You could be sitting there like you weren't scared of them. Maybe you communicate with them. Maybe you were one of them and God pulled you out so you know how to handle both sides. You're like a fucking spiritual gangster. Like Apache says, I need a gangster bitch. I need a gangster bitch. And look, yes, you're like the fool. You're like, fuck that. There's bones and everything. And you're walking. This is your, your, this could be like a, what do you call it? Your guardian angel has your back. And you're just walking like nothing. Orale, come on. And your guardian angel, like, bitch, do you know that it's dangerous right here? Bitch, you got my back. You're my guardian angel. What do I got to worry about? And you're just courageous. You know, fear is of the devil. So you don't entertain it. So if God has you, why should you fear the devil? But your guardian angel's like, yo, we're in the wrong block. Fuck that. So you picking up on cancer, man or woman, if you're a male or you entertain a male that's your opposite, like this person could be a person that doesn't necessarily gang bang or do that, but he's not afraid. His light or your light, you're able to walk into the craziest part of town or places. Maybe they sent you to a place to get hurt, and then people love you. Yo, like you have this ability that people once you start spitting game, people are like, "Oh man, you're fucking cool as hell." And yo, if a thug or one of those persons, you know that you whatever you think is bad, I don't think of them bad because I don't judge people. They could be bad to everybody else, but when I talk to somebody, I don't care. You killed this many, you came out of prison. To me, the inner child, your person, you know, that's who I know. I don't judge because all of us have been through crazy ass events, some worse than others. And you could be a person that you bring out their inner child. You don't judge them. Yo, you'll break bread, and then they have a gang of motherfuckers that they're like, if you're the leader, they ain't trying to help you. They expect you, and you could be a person that like fuck that. I'll go half on the bottle, bitch. I know vemos, and they look at you, and you're just a different type. You don't judge. Like yo, no, this see, and they have your back. You have this energy, whoever you are, and your family hates it because people could be like, yeah, he hangs out, or you could be a woman. Oh, he had nothing but friends. They're all strippers, yo, and they back you up, and you're not a stripper. You know them. For some of you guys, you've helped them in some which way, but you know, you respect them. You respect people, you know, and you probably you could be a person that stands up for them. Bitch, don't be talking about my friend. Ho, bitch, get the fuck out of here. You're no good. And people don't expect that. They don't expect that. You know, you and people, if they lose you as a friend, olvida, then you've learned to pull back. If they once chased you around, you could be that person that this they're trying to judge this person, and these are other person, and then they run around the block, and you could be like when Jesus told that those assholes that are like, "Well, this woman is doing all this, and what did he do? He drew a line and says, motherfuckers, if you're so perfect and you've never cheated on your wives, órale putos, then throw the first stone. And they had to walk away. Those are hypocrites. Like, yo, we don't have to be angry at another person. We don't know their life, what they've been through. So I picture that you're a person that, yo, you step in and cálmate, you fucking paras el pedo. And at one point they could have had you, but that was part of your walk. That was you with God. You know, that was a contract that you made. I'm gonna hold myself back. And you were able to feel other people's feelings. And you're like, fuck. Other people that other people oppress, like cowardly oppress them. And then you're gonna be an advocate. Like that's what your soul contract, and they don't see this shit coming. They don't see it coming. They're gonna be like this. Ah, la chingada. That looks like my uncle, by the way. And they're gonna be throwing everything because they couldn't hold you back. You're still gonna be who you are gonna love. Like nobody can stop you from loving a person that you want to be with. That's what I'm picking up. Yeah, joder, su pinche madre. I wasn't gonna do this reading. I was gonna just smoke and go inside and But then I had to hit a bump, and olvídate, I started to go like this, and they were like, go and do cancers. Because, cancers falling in love and everything. Yeah, you were dancing all night, and then you have this bitch over here trying to conjure all kinds of demons. The demons don't know. They don't want to tell them your real name because then they'll be like, bitch, are you fucking crazy? That one is protected. Cancer's protected from the demons and the angels, or from bad things. They're protected. O sea, the angels and the demons protect you, Cancer. Not all of you guys, but if you feel protected, like you respect God, and because God created everything, like, yo, even in the industry we're in right here, like there was once when I started everything, and yo, I was catching hell, and the last person I thought, they were like, ¿Quién te va a creer? Mira lo que estás haciendo. And I felt at one point, because that means like, who's gonna believe you? Look what you're doing. I didn't understand why God put me here. All I know is, pues, I'm here to help other people, to enlighten them, to bring them out the dark. That's you know. And they didn't. I didn't understand, and they were trying to, you know, put me in a position, and I got a download, and I was like, well, you know what, man, maybe that's why God put me here, so the whole fucking world will be able to know. I mean, I'm pretty sure there will be some kind of motherfucking psychics that they will be playing for the devil, but then you have a lot of them that are good. God allows good and bad, and He gives us the choice. And she fucking was like, and I secretly find her, watching tarot from other channels. Kind of fucked up, right? So some of you guys could be in that energy, like, yo, you don't gotta do nothing. God will vindicate you. You're here to do whatever good. If you're bringing joy, happiness, you don't have to be out here preaching. At one point, I thought maybe God will put me to run, be able to help, preaching and stuff like that. But God will place you to uplift people. You don't have to be in the limelight. Like me, I didn't want to be doing this because, fuck, all the feds will be looking. They're like, what the fuck? But God said, I got you. Anybody that comes for you, look. And that's how it is. It doesn't matter your past. Nobody can define. Or nobody can hold that over you. Your past is your past. You know what I'm saying? And this person, there's somebody like this. Look, oh my God, how do you get this? Could be somebody that even sets you up, or your person with the laws, and they're like, fuck, how do you get out? Some of them don't know that you got connections desde arriba, and they're finding out a little too late. hmm And if they came for your treasure, they didn't find it. You probably even have the you know the system looking for your money. You're like, fuck, I don't got nothing. Go talk to God. And they're like, what? Go talk to God. Go talk to God. He has everything secured. I don't know who needed to hear that, but it's still a contract, right? It's still so contract. Like, they can't fuck with you. If you're protected by God, what are they gonna do? They're gonna get mad. For a lot of the law enforcement, they had to take an oath. And for the ones that are dirty, that are robbing people like that, oh, they gotta pay for that shit. And imagine they fucked with the wrong one. Imagine a dirty cop, that's out here racketeering, and they fuck with the wrong one. You had a pass. But when God covers you and you te entregas a Dios, they cannot do nothing. And you might have somebody terco. And guess what? They're going to find out the hard way. And anybody that associates with them, they're going to be guilty of association. So a lot of them, whether it is that law enforcement or just friends that are trying, or your family, yo, anybody associated, maybe in your business or business rival, all of them, they're going to have to answer to God. Like, yo, some people don't believe that. It says right now, the most loving thing you can do is let me go. And you could have told these fools, whatever your situation, like, yo, you're not good for me. You're not helping me. You're holding me back. Like, some of you guys know they were doing witchcraft, and you told them, ya párale. Like, they're doing it. Like, and they're still angry. There's a spirit within them that wants you to go down. Cancer, I don't know why I'm getting this energy. I can't help but Be interested in everything you do, and you have somebody that's coming in like that. Thank you, thank you. I know God had me training for a while. I had to do a lot of crying, a lot of healing. Yeah, it was hard. I can't stop giving gratitude. Spiritual guidance has been, dude, you're amazing. Like, find the good in everything. And that's why, look, they keep sending me this. That could be you. You don't even know you have this aura. Like, bitch, try me. And you could be all love. But there's somebody trying to play in your face, and you're like this. You're grounded. And they're looking, how can I get to this? And you know what's gonna happen? They're targeting you right now. But you know what's happening? That people that come across you, like when they get to know you, you're not how people, told stories about. Now you gotta understand, all of us, we're not the same person to everybody. We're a different version. Everybody knows you differently. The person that they come across or that tries to get people round up, like, oh my God, cancer was this and they did this to him. Especially if they go to the law, don't you think the law should be like, hey, what did you do? There's a cause and effect. There's nothing more of a coward that goes and says, oh, they give false accusations. And then I'm telling you, there's a dirty cop that could have, since they couldn't take you down, they're gonna get at you through your family. And they could be pressing them, but they're gonna get found out, because if what are they gonna do? They could be investigating you and you chilling. And that's even worse. Like, I'm telling you, if anybody came for you and you turned yourself to God, God is gonna protect you. It doesn't matter your past, because look at, if this is what I'm getting, if you look at what was it, past Paul, he was a murderer. And look, he wrote most of the books. He was protected by the past. I mean, by God of his past. And a lot of you guys, there's people, they are angry. Why does everything always work out for cancer? And they can't stand it. And you don't even think about that shit. You're looking forward. You want to take people with you, the loved ones, and they're resisting. Why? Why don't you die? You're supposed to be a flower. Why? They put poison over you. Look, I'm really sorry, but I can't reciprocate your feelings. See, if somebody tells you this, thank you for the 10, 3, 2, 3, 4, 7. I'm sorry, I can't even see. Yo, see, I'm looking at this and I'm channeling. So thank you so much for the 10. It says he is 60% Jewish person. My ex had is going to have, okay, a pine box here soon. Just like the boss, yeah. Yo, like when greed kicks in, just know, if you are somebody that attracts, like whoever you're with, close, even your employer, you have badass ideas, you have energies, and they get angry. They want to take your credit. And some of you guys are cool. Just pay me. But not even that. Paid knocked on my door. Oh, passed it. I didn't answer. Didn't you feel good that you took your power back? Like, yo, yes, my aunt and yeah. Like, yo, they're stuck the shit out of you. First they fucking do you dirty, and then they want to be right there, and they don't even know how to apologize. You would be like, if they would come to you and be like, hey, I'm sorry, que este y el otro, you probably would be like, cool. And maybe for a lot of you guys, yeah, I'm cool, but let's keep a distance. Or maybe you would give them a second chance, because it takes integrity. It takes a lot of fucking integrity to come and say, you know what, I fucked up. I did you wrong. And people, if true people, that have integrity, they could change and they could be the best version, because they already know. They know that they don't want to be in that place. Yo, I know how to say sorry. I fired one employee over my brother telling me lies. And instead of Like I knew he's pinche mentiroso. And one day, look, I saw a shooting star. Well, one day I saw him in the neighborhood. He was doing some work, and I stopped and I said, "Yo, I'm sorry. Este pendejo made me think this, and I'm coming to find out. And it takes a lot. And I didn't know he was hurt. And it just goes to show you guys. Sometimes people they hate who you surround yourself with. He wanted his position so bad, and then when I gave it to him, no aguantó el puto. And I say it with love and a little bit of anger because yo, you don't have to be a dick like that. You hurting. And it's crazy. Like they don't want to do the work to be in a position. So mejor ahorita, I'll I'll let people believe whatever, but I put my energy and I'm gonna go on my path where God wants me to go. You know, do I want him to succeed as my brother? Of course, you know, and I'm giving him the opportunity here. Dale gas with the equipment, because my dad is gone. I did it for my dad. Me and my dad, mira, le dábamos para adelante. But once he was gone, and then I seen too much greed, I stuck to where God was sending me. Like, yo, he sent me overseas to learn different things, to learn about energies and all this. You think I was gonna bounce on God? Hell, on my spiritual journey? Hell no. And that's the decision for a lot of you guys, whether it's in love or entrepreneur or just what you've been through. Like, yo, you have this soul contract. You came and you could be on the verge because you could have these people that have you like on the edge of not wanting to be here. And you don't realize how important your soul contract is not for just you, but for everybody. Some of you guys could go on here and say, yo, I was saved from people that thought they loved me. And yo, we need help. That's why I don't like people that talk shit about other people, or younger kids, man. Stuff like that is fucked up, man. A lot of us grew up with just depending on ourselves, and then you get older and you're like, fuck. So you could be a person they took from you, and if you wasn't riding with God, you already would have took your shit back in a crazy ass way, and you would have been justified. They kicked you, they did stupid ass shit, that they couldn't handle what they dished out. And here you are trying to do a good thing, and they're mad. And you ain't even. I wasn't trying to leave them with nothing. I was like, yo, pues I know God has me. Before I leave, I want to leave things out. And yet they're mad. Like, yo, just tell me. I don't want you to leave. So some of you guys could be in that energy. Yes, welcome to the live Australia from all the way over there. You guys have. I've watched like the surfing stuff and the sharks, man. That's scary out there. People hate on the chosen ones for sure. Yeah, they hate on everybody that's doing good, and especially, look, I want you to pay attention. Some of you guys you do your best work and you attract your best abundance when you're tapped into your childlike energy. That's your fucking money. I'm giving you game right now, bitches, right now. When you tap into that, and a lot of people are so embarrassed. They feel embarrassed. What are people gonna think? But yo, that's your fucking energy. That's your power. Because God wants you to come to him like a child. And plus, when you're in a relationship, in a loving relationship, especially even like where you're sexually, yo, your feminine energy gets to a child, and then the man gets into his child, and both of you guys create an energy of love, like true love. If you're in a toxic relationship, the energy of making love is like, if it's a one way, you have the narcissist, you can say the narcissistic, but I don't like to use that word. But you have the one that thinks they're the shit, and they're right here, and it's not even love. It's just more of a like entitlement. Bitch, I can, and they're probably not even that good, man or woman. They're just to take something from you. But when it's real and both of you guys are aligned, like, yo, your shit could go down. And like when I was chubby, I mean, I'm not embarrassed to share this with you. I was in my mind, I was like, man, I'm tearing this shit up, but I wasn't breathing. So my little one would be like with the tongue hanging out, like fucker, breathe. And I laugh at it because I was so in a hurry and I wasn't breathing right. Pues of course. And then I'd be like, get back up like a toro prieto. And later I found out, like, yo, you gotta just chill, relax, enjoy everything. But you know, when you're young, you're young. What the fuck you think? So a lot of you guys, your child energy, when you step into nurturing and being able to express yourself, like have the freedom. You only have this life. And if you had people that pushed you to the edge and you wanted to, because of the hurt and pain, oh, take your energy back. That's a fucking green flag for you to know that you're worth everything. You're here on a soul contract to impact, and you will find the right person. And the person that loses you, that never valued you, that even if you made a couple of mistakes, they made you feel like the worst person on this earth. And like if they didn't never do, because for some of you guys, you'll find out that they were secretly doing it first, and your soul or God allowed you to find a new person, and you might have, and then they say, oh, pues tú eres el que andabas cheating. But you'll find out that it was, later on, because your emotions will be regulated. But there's gonna be somebody pissed looking that you're moving on and you don't even have hate for them. That's the most beautiful thing. And that's where you're moving. It says, I think you're great, but I'm worried about what other people would think. You see, this is a lame ass person. This is a person that seeks validation from everybody else and they just lost a real one. Put it in the comments. They lost a real one. Like, yo, mhm, look, I know you're my soulmate. You're gonna find somebody. That's somebody that you want, not somebody. Oh, I'm afraid what people gonna think. Ira, fuck you. You're not for me. And say it with love. You know what? Fuck you. I wasted my time and my energy. It says I've been showing my lack of interest, but you've been ignoring all the signals. Well, of course, some of you guys ain't gonna waste your energy. Some of them, you did everything only for them to pull back. And then this person says, I've been showing my lack of interest. Like, bitch, man or woman, you're like, are you kidding me? Yo, hit the like button, share, subscribe, because this is you. And this person loves everything about you, but they're playing this game. Man or woman, you're like, you know what? And some of you guys, it's been a couple of years and you're like, fuck that. Mm-mm. I relate to you on so many levels. Look what you have. This is what you want to see. This is what you want to hear. This is when you know it's your person. Like, yo, I relate to you. I love you. Look at this. Yellow could be significant. This is your solar plexus I'm hearing. And look, I know you're my soulmate. This is a person, when you feel this person, they tell you it's not going to be, they're going to just say it. They're going to back it up with their fucking actions. They're going to be with their actions. And then if you were the person that let's say you had a person and you were doing everything and then you got caught up with your family not wanting you to divorce or marry a certain person or get with a certain person, and they seen you struggle, and then you break free and you're like, where the fuck are you? And they're ignoring you. Fuck that. Vámonos a la chingada. I heard they're gonna miss a real one. And like in my case, like I told God, I don't want anybody from my past that already has been smashing somebody else. No, I don't want nothing like that. And some of you guys could be like that. And that's the way you should put your values. Like you should be able to say, you know what? This is what I don't tolerate. Y yo no tengo pelos en la lengua. Like, yo, no. Mm-mm. And see, then you have your angels could look like demons. They're like, nah, we don't got time for you to play with cancer. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Cancer is waiting for the right one, and bitch, you just want to come and play? No, 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 no. Get your ass out of here with your little ass dingling or non-working. Guys, somebody's energy. Yes, man. I hate to because some of you guys, I'm picking up, some of you guys have experience like almost going to the other side, yo, and then the worst thing you could have is when you have a like one of your child or somebody you love or somebody's child, and then the other parent is fucking to prove a point, they're it's fucked up. For some of you guys, you could have been right on time, or you telepathically you could have picked up on something, and then this other person's keeping you from them, you caught them on time, like they wouldn't be here. Yo, the at least for me, I don't like people that's gonna abuse a child. Like your child is sacred, and the innocent, like what the fuck. I don't know. I don't know. That gets me. So somebody could be in this energy. Here they are thinking they're the big shit, top shit man or woman, and they're like this, you know? And because they know, look, it was all about the money, but they can't even keep up. And for a lot of you guys, if they took from you, look, they're running out of it. Ever since you walked away, you knew it. But look, they threw you out there. They thought they were hee ha ha. Let me throw them in there. And this could be emotionally. They could have hurt you emotionally if they wanted you to just to be gone. And all these same people, look, that wave is gonna crush all over them. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're gonna be so stable. This is the King of Pentacles. This is you standing in this energy after look, the angels were watching how they had you out here, hoping somebody would almost feel like for some of you guys, to abuse you or in a way, like just to, but you went from being here to being to the castle, and this castle, look, it has a moat, like you're emotionally safe and you build on a solid foundation. And this is you, like, nah, I'm not gonna allow that, not me no more. And if I gotta start from ground zero, you know what? I got my fucking angel right here. It could turn into a demon. We saw it over here. And during the day, and at night, is protecting you, and you have a solid like house. This could be your temple, you know. That's what I'm getting, guys. And look, see what they wanted, and now somebody's right here. Hi, and they're gonna give themselves away. Hi, I did something like this. Like you could have a parental figure, like yo, God, you they could talk so much religion, and then they don't listen to you. You think different. You don't have the authority to read a Bible, or you need to go to school. And like in my case, we have a priest, in our family that comes and they visit one time. They try to throw me under the bus because of my past, but it was the same priest that would fucking bless my fucking, my artillery, my guns and everything. So they knew me already, and I was just crazy like that. I guess they had a lot of love for me, and they try to throw me under the bus, and they're like, no, he has good ideas. We want to take him to the radio so he could talk. And it's a Catholic thing, but it's just the way you help other people, uplift them. Like, yo, you don't have to be a perfect person. And some of you guys they're just like in this religion thing, and they don't even know what they're talking or praying. Like if they knew, like, yo, you don't hurt, people, especially when, or this could be an ex-lover that's trying to get, how do I get back? Because they see you in this energy. Cancer, this is going on and on. It's repeating. And this man could be like, how do I get back my precious woman? And this counselor or whatever it is, therapist is like, bitch, you done fucked up. That bitch is gone. Look, bitch is gone. You held everything. Like, look, this is two people holding your things. Like, if you go, you're not gonna have none of this. And you're like, you know what? A la chingada. And you're waiting for the ship to come. And this person's like, please tell me they're gonna. It could be a psychic. Please tell me the cancer's coming back. And this guy, the psychic, could be like, I wish I could tell you, but not even magic can bring this back, man or woman. Not even magic. You did all these love spells and fuck, she ain't coming back or he's not coming back. You held all this material from them, but you know what? Sooner or later, when God does the counts, they'll find out. And this is you finding your true love. This is you, like I'm telling you, your childlike is gonna reconnect with somebody else. And look, people are gonna celebrate you. For once, you have a new soul tribe. This is not even blood. These are people that are gonna help you. It could be three people. It could be in spirit or it could be here, and they're looking at you guys like, wow. Out of all this darkness, you're finally getting to that soul contract, that match. And it might have not even been online. This is something. Look, even with the darkness, you're able to understand the other person. Like, yo, I know your darkest secrets, and you know mine, and you're moving forward. You're loving each other. Like, yo, we're innocent, but at the same time, we overcame a lot of darkness. That's what I have for you. That was deep, guys. Whew. Hmm. Greed be hello. What's going down, Carmina? Is it just me, or is this a trendy? It is trendy, but I'm picking it up. Some people, like, guys, for some of you guys, I know on my part, I lived through some of these things that are coming here. And some of you guys, you got people that, like you said, trendy. They get on here, yeah, I'm gonna let me do it. But this is coming out like details. Like, yo, yeah, some of you guys don't allow people like right there, fake people, wolf in sheep's clothing, and yeah, they'll there's people that'll give you advice that have never experienced it, and that's fucking scary. Like, yo, and when I was came here, I asked God too. There was a lot of people that do this. They recommend like, oh, your person is doing all this, and then they'll try to guide you in a different way, and it's fucked up. Some people have lost their life, and some people have ruined a good marriage. My advice is always go to God. If you have a doubt, just sit still and don't get advice from, especially from a family member, because your family doesn't want to see you do good. Like, when I tell you that I have a relationship like with the priest and everything like that, you know if anybody goes and they want to, like, when I say my testimony, yo, you go over here to where I was going to church while I was going through it. Let me give you an example. When I was going through my spiritual battles, I was going to the priest, and he goes, "Mijo, this is fucked up. You could die." And I laughed, and I'm like, "That's the worst thing that could happen." And they know me since I was young. They're like, "You never been afraid of death?" No, hell no. It intrigued me, as a matter of fact. But what I'm saying is that, like, I didn't know too much, even though I went to church. But it's, if you know Catholic Church, is like a repetitive thing. Every year is the same thing. And I would ask El Padre, like, yo, you guys know so much about this demon stuff. Because in the Vatican, like, I studied the Vatican on that part, like, yo, y'all know how to do the exorcist. Why don't you teach us? And yo, it's just about the money. He told me straight up, we're the richest on the world, we operate like this. And I was like, all right. So he helped me with business, and this straight up, like, you want to learn how to make money, go get you a Catholic priest, and they'll start to break it down. Man, they're good. And the Bible tells you how to make bread. So my point is, I was on my journey, and I started God started putting Pastor Derek Prince. He's passed away already. He was from England, and this man had a lot of knowledge when it comes to demonology, getting rid. And I told my family and the ex, and they laughed. They laughed, and I was like, all right. So you can't force people to understand your mission. You just got to pull away. So when you're dealing with people, when it comes to something that serious, guys, make sure that you're actually getting advice that people have been through it. that overcame it, that can help you to really look at things and be able to be, look at things from a higher perspective. Because I didn't have that. I had to lean on God, and later on I was dancing with the devil like this bitch. Let's go over here. And it's all here. It's all mental and you having faith in God. And if you guys get a chance, go research Pastor Derek Prince or Price or Prince. And you're gonna trip out, man. He talks about some crazy ass stuff. And some of you guys have seen demons and stuff like that. I could pick it up in the energy. Some of you guys, if you was to tell people, maybe you stayed quiet because they don't believe it. And then when they experience it, you might even stay quiet because there are people that they don't believe you. That's what I'm picking up. They don't believe you. They laugh at you, but they're scared at the same time. It says breaking the generational curse on females on my line. Yo, it's hard work. It's hard work, but yo, it'll be worth it. And sometimes, like when I went overseas and it was just out of the blue, yo. It just was like they laughed because I said, God is sending me here. And I took off in 2019 before COVID. And yo, that shit prepped me for that. And some of you guys that are ladies or men, you have to look at things from a higher perspective and you have to look at everything. Look, you have to look at this could be your mom and they could be acting like a demon. This could be your man, this could be anybody, the loved one. The devil uses the closest one, and you just gotta be solid and not take shit personal. And the more you do that, the more you're gonna be laughing with God. Like, yo, God, you allowed this demon to be in this in my husband, my boss, or my mom. Like, that's crazy. And God wants you to let go with love. Like, yo, just let it go. And I'm spilling the tea with you guys. Like, yo, it is what it is. Some of you guys are gonna be so strong emotionally. If you keep, you know, catching me live, or you just studying, that when people leave you on read, it doesn't bother you. You're like, I'm gonna, and you're so focused on your journey that you're gonna let them catch up to you. And then when people try to, imitate you or whatever, you're just gonna laugh because they're not you. Sometimes God will make you pull back and test you because you'll see everybody advancing and maybe using your story or whatever, and you just gotta laugh. God wants to see if you're gonna be, because you just gotta depend on Him, and He's got your journey secure, and He's got their secure, and He got the other person secure. And to me, the reason it doesn't bother me, as long as it leads them to God, that's all I care. Because they're helping another group that aren't watching me. So when you get into that mindset, you don't really compete. At least I don't. I don't like, yo, if your story is similar, chingue su madre, just if it's helping people, because yo, when you get to some readings and it kind of makes you have anger towards another person, then you shouldn't. You should be like, yo, the soul contract is ended. Adios. I wish you the best. Y vámonos. And let God, handle those person. And I'm very against domestic violence. I grew up with that shit, seeing that shit, and I've never laid a hand on a woman. And then to be falsely accused, that was the most disgusting thing that a person that I had gave everything to. And if you knew my story, you would be like, fuck. Like, cause I was leaving. I was wanting to leave after my dad. Like, I was gonna take myself up, but I was leaving them set. And to me, that was the most disrespectful. Like, yo, you didn't have to go that low, but it could have been that dirty ass cop too. So only God knows. And I want to be judgmental, but I don't like domestic violence. There's a lot of people that have died from domestic violence where they're doing magic and they're messed up in their head and they hurt. They're, the jealousy kicks in and it hurts not just the ex, but even the kids. Yo, there's people that I help, like, yo, if and I'll have to I'm gonna do it on a different video because there's people that out of jealousy, and it's them with the, battling the demons. And they killed the mom, and the two kids were like, and the guy's in jail, and then he's in jail, and that's where he snaps. But it's too late. It's too late, and he was hurt, and I had to help their kids like understand that it was their mom was in heaven. She came with the contract like that, so that way, she would. They had to deal with it emotionally, and when the kids started to look at things from a higher perspective, they were able to accept the dad, and the dad had a hard time facing the kids. He was so ashamed, but he made that mistake, and he had to correct it. And both of them, when you get into understanding and loving, and it helps other people to see that, hey, forgiveness is powerful. It's so fucking powerful. The Even though that tragedy happened, the kids still needed the dad. That's the only thing they had left. And the dad was like, fuck, he didn't know how to handle, like, yo, I destroyed our own family. That's hard, but some very little people can really handle to be like strong enough to do that. You see that once in a while where the parents, they forgive their killer, the killer of their son, and that person fucking breaks down. Never thought that he could be forgiven. And it changes people, because things happen when the darkness is around, you know. So for a lot of you guys, look, anger, there's somebody that's going to be angry, and it's out of jealousy, and you can't control it. If this was you at one point, you were able to transmute it, and now you could tell people like, yo, I used to be angry, I couldn't control it, but then I realized that it wasn't worth me holding on to that. We've all been there. And you can help somebody like, yo, man, God has something better. Once I released it, yo, things got better, and they got their karma, and it wasn't up to me. you know it's crazy. So for a lot of you guys, yeah, if you have that jealousy, let that shit go. Burn it, exercise it, you know, do something better, and just know it's not the end of the world. We are the world we create. Okay. So you guys, whoever's listening, you guys, whoever's watching, whoever's agreeing, you guys, man, you guys could handle that. Look, if this is your shadow, just look at it like, yo, this is not me. I mean, if you like your shadow, I love my shadow, but I like to let shit go. I threw my mask away a long time ago. Like, it is what it is. hmm And for a lot of you guys, look, like the influence status, you could have somebody that wants to do everything for the clout. This could be whoever it is in your life. It could be a sibling, and you're not worried about that. Like, all you want is this. How do you get there? Some of you guys don't even want this, but because you're obedient and you're following these signs, you're gonna have this. If somebody robbed you from having this luxury life, like they try to control your outcome, to control you with your money, they're gonna get their karma. You're gonna make it. Just keep pushing forward, guys. Keep pushing forward. And believe me, look, mirror to mirror. Your person is gonna be also healing your correct person. And look, you're gonna be making money moves. When when this inner child, you don't know how important this inner child is. Trust me. And you're gonna have not just your person, but I think some of you guys, your love interest, the one that hurt you, is gonna want to be catfishing you. They want to get with you because they're pissed because they chose the rebound, and they see you glowing. This is a look, this could be your, like, you're gonna meet somebody that's gonna be in this spotlight and you glowing, and they're gonna be pissed. They're gonna want to catfish you. They want you back, but they're not coming at you straight. They're mad. They feel guilty for rebound, this man or woman, you know. But it's not up to you. Not up to you. So Cancer, that's what I got for you. Look, you're gonna get them into where they're facing this one-on-one, and you already did this work, and you didn't need the closure. Maybe you wanted it so bad, and that kind of hurts when you don't have closure. They could have ghosted you, not told you nothing, but you overcome it like, fuck it, I got God, and that's where I'm going. I don't care what's on the other side of the door, but I'm moving forward. And look, we'll end it with this one. We'll end it with this. While somebody else is out there that they got your money and everything, you learned your lesson and you're walking forward. Cancer. That was a long one. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, okay? Look, you're gonna have so many people that are gonna love you, and you're ready. Look at you ready. Some of you guys, you're like, fuck, I'm only gonna smoke until Sunday, and then fuck it, I'm ready. And if you have like an addiction or anything, pray before you do it and allow God to wean you off. You know, because a lot of people that have they ask me, and I'm like, yo, you don't have to cut cold turkey. Plus, put your intentions. Like, yo, God, make this, you know, help me to seek you first, or to be motivated. And little by little, you'll see, like you'll be happy to go there, and then little by little, you don't even need it. And if you do need it, nobody should judge you. This is you and God. Whatever addictions you have, and when you start to work out and bounce back and you're focused on your goal, you're gonna see little by little you leave that shit, you know, and you just, you know, do what you do. I'm ready. Amazing. Okay. So guys, will you do? I just did Pisces right now. Go check it out in the live. If it's not in the regular videos, we just did like a couple of hours ago. That one was dope too. Some of you guys could have the Scorpio. I did Pisces, Scorpio, and was it Leo? I think it was Leo. Check that out. They were fucking badass. Some of you guys are gonna have deja vu when you see the other lives, and you're gonna realize how much you're meant to be self-made, and that's why they're fucking triggered. Look, fuck, I could go on and on. Cancer, you're gonna know how badass you are, how much you've been holding back on yourself, and you're gonna speak up. I don't know about you guys, but it's taken me over 5 years to where God is now allowing me to speak up. Other people would have been right there like this. I don't even want that, you know. But you're about to speak up, and you're gonna do it with love, and it's gonna help a lot of people. You're gonna be in this hustle mode. You're gonna trip out, and you're not doing it to ruin somebody else. You're doing it to help others, so they know that you went through it. And if God did it for you, God could do it for them. You know, it's a soul contract, and this keeps coming up. It's a match. So, Cancer, I'm fixing to go get menudo. It's about that time. It's 5 o'clock. And somebody's gonna be triggered. Like, I'm fixing to go get menudo. Mhm. This could be somebody that wanted to be with you in a situationship, and they didn't speak up, and they see you going to get menudo with somebody else. What do you say? Thank you, thank you. I hope. I mean, I channeled it for some of you guys, you know. And look, you're gonna meet. You think love is not coming to you. You've been like, man, I've been celibate. I've been waiting. I'm tired, but it's coming to you when you least expect it. And look, plastic smiles is like people are gonna be like, fuck. I hope it doesn't work out with them, because I want to be next. I want to, you know, I want to be on their calendar. And for a lot of you guys, you're gonna date different. You're gonna love different. You're gonna put yourself first, God first, then you, and then you again. And look, that's setting your goals. All right. Don't forget about these right here. You keep getting up, just know look, and you let go of the outcome. And don't forget who makes you horny, okay? That's very important. And they're gonna want to come over. And you know what's gonna happen? Like, that person, or if this is you, you just fucking bring laughter. This is who you are. And for a lot of you guys, you will be dancing butt naked. That's what I heard. We'll leave it like that. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, and comment. Thank you guys for spending my morning. Yo, I fucking was lit, like big time. And thank you for your support, you know, for your love, for your comments. And I'll see y'all nasty asses, hopefully, in the middle of the week. If it a Tarot 888.